and welcome back to The Witcher 3. We left off, I was in this cemetery. What's I doing? Optional, read the bestiary to learn more about the spotted whites. Okay, well I will do that in a bit. I think I need to go repair my stuff. Yeah, 82, yeah. I'll go repair and sell my garbage real quick. Here is... Okay, there it is.
It's not nearly as nasty.
Women love tears, men prefer wine.
To be honest, every last man Jacques...
Greetings. What do you have on offer? Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Okay. Let's see. Now what is there? Still the main story. Let's see. There's still a whole bunch of side quests. Okay, some Witcher contracts. I'll do those later. Treasure hunt. Alright, where was the bestiary? Is it an insectoid? No. Oh, it is a necrophage. Let's see. The best defense against spotted whites: stay calm and leave them alone. Fragment of a treatise on spotted whites by Roderick Gilligan. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white, which the Witchers drove to extinction. They were larger than their unspotted kin. They were larger than their unspotted kin and owed their names to their numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted whites would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took a liking to in abandoned human domiciles. There they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. Ew. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they became very dangerous indeed. In the colder months, or when faced with an unreasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets, even though during their active periods, it is said the Witchers found a surefire way at besting them, based around careful casting of the Yrden sign, or at least so claims Witcher lore. Weak to that oil, Igni, and Yrden. Okay. So they're weak to cold. Would that mean that they're also weak to northern wind? I'd assume. I'll try that. I haven't used that in a while.
Every resident of our fair town is hereby required to aid the Witcher.
Oh,
Rolling on an empty stomach.
willkommen zu Las Ganties Dansleben.
Oh yeah, I didn't really look at the mutations here. Can I craft anything else? It takes 2 greater blue mutations. Let's see if I can craft a couple of... Oh, actually it takes, what do you call it? Points, which I only have 4 of. So probably not gonna do that here. Oops, I think I unequipped something. Oops, okay, I think that's equipped now. Each one increases damage dealt by swords and sun intensity. Okay. I think that's all I can really do at the moment. Wait, can I replace this with a greater red? Oh, actually, I think I can. I need to craft one. Oh no, I need one more small red. Okay, well. Can't make that yet. Okay, there is a quest here. Oh, there's a couple of quests. I might as well pick those up.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Wait, where is it? Am I going the right way? Yeah, it says it's right here. Where's my pin? I just put it down.
Night and wine council, no half-hearted measure.
Please disperse! The exhibition is closed!
Oh good, the Pokemon thing is working. I see it. There. A wild Kangaskhan.
What's this about?
Kangaskhan, is that just like a kangaroo, I guess?
Please, I believe I've been clear.
Appears.
No
Catch it using
constipation today.
Examoid Poke Catch. Let's see.
Oh wait, are you not that famous witcher Geralt of Rivia? I believe I have work for you.
Saw your notice. Mentioned a monument.
The matter is a delicate one, but mind you, I pay well. Alas, I can say no more at this stage. Interested?
What's this about? Just tell me.
The statue. Just tell me, what's the problem?
A picture's worth 1,000 words. More, I dare say. Come with me. I'll show you.
Yeah, I came across a merchant here that sells a bunch of paintings, so this might have something to do with it.
Here it is. Our pride and joy, Reginald Dalbridge.
Some man ass there. Great.
A poking, puncturing swordsman, and atop all that, an unrifled diddler of harps and other organs.
So what's wrong with it?
Diddler of organs. Oh, it's blocking the...
It's lost.
Oh no, he moves his head. Has someone cut off its...
Stole the testicles off a statue.
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made using a cast of the great Reginald's own genitals, certified and authenticated. Sprung directly from his loins, they grant all who stroke them unparalleled virility. All who buy a ticket, that is, thus, must retrieve those stones.
Yeah, I want some unparalleled validity. Okay, when did they disappear? Any suspects? Reginald, tell me what you know.
Got my attention. Now tell me about this Reginald, all you know.
There's so much to tell. Legend has it he and the architect Faramond planned and laid out Beauclair.
Impressed already.
In particular, Reginald took great pains to devise escape routes for lovers caught with their pants down. Literally and metaphorically. He later made frequent use of them himself. Not out of fear, mind you, but to avoid having to kill his rifles in duels.
When they disappear?
Any idea when the theft took place?
It must have been mere hours ago. I guided the last group through the exposition quite recently. Stones were very much in place.
Any suspects?
Got any suspects?
Considering the vast potency of Reginald's prized pouch, everyone's a suspect. Who would not want it for himself?
Need to look around.
Need to look around. Might find a clue or two.
Do what you must, as long as you return grasping Reginald's stones. Without them, Beauclair's entire tourist sector faces trying times. Trying times. Sorry, Reginald, don't worry.
Goodness gracious, great balls of granite. Cool, that's lovely.
It will all
Let's
work out. It must.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this. Dried bloodstain.
Worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole again soon. It will all work.
Something down here. Oh wait, there is something. Oh, something downstairs. Interesting.
Glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
Okay, that's locked.
I simply won't do it.
The guard brings peace to our domains.
Also
Flaunted
locked.
writ and rot in chains.
It's on the other side of that wall. Guessing maybe this doesn't have anything to do with it.
Knights laugh and
Yeah, let me go back up and see if there's a...
I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
It will all work out. It must.
Yeah, that's all that's here.
Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole. It will all work out.
Is there anything like
It
behind
must.
it? No, it said there's dried blood, but there's no like scent trail or trail to follow. I'm not sure. I do see the thing underground, but I don't know how to get under there.
during the tourney, one knight got stuck.
Do you like it here?
Oh, it's like a...
I vow upon the heron that I shall never again touch a drop of estimate. Rose, however, is another
Ah, here we go. Kind of. Not really. No, just some random person's house that I'm going to loot. Oh, you have a couple of books here. History of the Fortress of... Oh, it's probably gonna pronounce that. Dun Tyne. That's probably not close to even how you pronounce that. As chronicled by Papillon. During a visit to the court of the King Nazaire, Waltharius the Brawny fell madly in love with the king's daughter, the beautiful Hiltgunt, who was already promised to a prince from Metinia. Waltharius, paying no heed to these politically inspired marriage plans, captured the princess's heart, and together they ran off to Tucson. The prince from Metinia, unable to let such an affront pass, followed the star-crossed lovers. Yet Waltharius was renowned for his courage and might, and thus slew the adversary with ease. When he and his beloved returned to the family estate in Duntine, to his dismay, it turned out his brother, Basileus, had nearly led the estate to bankruptcy, while Waltharius had been in Nazaire. Waltharius threw his brother into the dungeon, and as befits a self-respecting nobleman, embarked on a nightly expedition. Unfortunately, his young wife, Hiltgunt, tortured by their solitude, freed Vislavius and became his lover. When Waltharius returned and realized he had been cuckolded, he murdered them both in a fit of passion and despair. Then he sat down and wept, and wept, and wept. A deed to the Corvo Bianco. We, Anna Henrietta, by the grace of the gods, Duchess of Tucson, do hereby grant Geralt of Rivia, crest of the bridge, the lands belonging to the estate of Corvo Bianco, together with all goods and chattel found thereof. Furthermore, Geralt of Rivia now becomes the owner of the estate and swears to see to its care and upkeep. He is to make it fertile and beautiful, and shall enrich himself with a harvest that the land provides for his own glory and the glory of Tucson. Let it be known to all and sundry that in our fair domain deeds of beauty shall never go unrewarded, and the land shall never lie fallow, or both deeds and land exist to bear good fruit. Her illustrious grace, Anna Henrietta. Oh yeah, I got another book too. Hold on. The first one didn't show up. There it is. Oh, I got a bestiary. Alps, Bruxy's dangerous cousins. In the course of my research into Bruxy, I have stumbled upon certain inconsistencies that in no way correspond with what we already know about these dangerous vampires. My investigations have revealed that these seemingly erroneous accounts were in fact described as Alp, not a Bruxa. It is an extraordinary discovery, a true milestone in the classification of these monsters. Even though legends tell of these vampires turning into pitch-black hounds or venomous toads personally, I do not believe an Alp is capable of such polymorphy. However, it is almost certain that similarity to a Bruxa, an Alp may transform itself into a beautiful woman. This ability allows the species to blend seamlessly into crowds. To think that I may have passed such a monster completely unaware, fascinating. One of the fundamental differences between Alps and their Bruxa is their fighting style. When in the form of a vampire, Alps also possess the ability to turn into fog, which allows them to move noiselessly and attack by surprise. Most likely is the root of the name common folk have given them, Bleedings. Oh, hello, Haven. How are you? I enabled the Pokemon game. I caught a, what is this? A Kangaskhan a bit ago. I don't know anything about Pokemon outside of Gen 1. What? I got a note, but it's just junk. I can't actually read it. What? Yeah, there's like 1,000 Pokemon or something. I don't know anything about that. It was hard enough when there was only like 150 or something. I'm doing pretty good, just tired all the time, but whatever. Noble Houses of Tucson, Volume, what is it, 27? Let's see. Sangreal, alternatively Sangreal, literally royal blood. The legendary line with some trace back to the first lords of the lands, now lying in Tucson and northwestern Huckland. The first mention of William the Bold, this line's founder, comes from elven manuscripts found during reconstruction of the Beauclair Palace in 1095. Since this source, like all things elven, is unreliable and should not be taken into consideration by historians, the existence of House Sangreal must be considered a mere fable. Salvarez, or Salvarez, D of the Regulus Platinum crest. This line takes its name from Salvar the Lame, who was made a count in the year 1189 by Duchess Caroberta for his service to the ducal throne. The D, Salvagras, line crest depicts a Regulus Platinum, one of the so-called silver basilisks, whose existence is highly suspect. Its classification as a species considered erroneous by most zoologists. Oh, there's a Pokemon. There we go. Cast form. I don't know what a cast form is. I don't know what any of these are. If it's outside of a Pikachu, I don't know. Torricella of the Two Towers crest. An ancient line whose founders most likely first settled the lands of present-day Tucson around the year 984. They waged fierce war against the elves until the 6th decade of the 11th century, when all of what is now Tucson fell under human control. Oh, I caught it. Yay. Oh yeah, I got another book here. let me eat something here. What is it? Pork rillettes. Guide to the Vineyards of Tucson, Volume 1. The San Sator Valley. While in the stunning Duchy of Tucson, one should not forget to visit Castle Ravello, whose grapes lend their vibrant flavor to wines such as Evolus, Fiorano, Pomino, and the famous Estest. Should white wine be one's beverage of choice, I wholeheartedly recommend the excellent offerings of two fiercely competing vineyards, Coronata and Vermentino. If one seeks Beauclair White, popular in the north, one should seek out the Castle Torresilla vineyard, which produces and exports it. Unfortunately, a severe economic crisis led to the bankruptcy of several distinguished vineyards, such as Corvo Bianco. That's the one we own. Known as Gwyn Serban in the Elder Speak. Oh, their Supreme Suprimento and Tufo. Let us hope each and every one of them finds a passionate new owner who will restore them to their former glory. And that would be us, wouldn't it? We're just going to own all of the vineyards. Is there anything else to loot in here? That's locked.
By the fuck?
Let's see. I want to go visit the vineyard. Because we have a house. They have a house system now.
A witcher.
So
A man who dare not down some red is a man whose wife likes to thump his my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fauti. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands.
this place, tell me more about it.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Kedweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Show me around the vineyard.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Wow.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
The days pass. The pile of work remains the same.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know they're mine. If my lips don't
Nice
stink
well.
of wine,
Picturesque.
my wife
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius school for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles.
Asked
Water had
for.
been changed into wine, and
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
he retired to a monastery.
It sounds like a
in
ghost
Memphis
type.
and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Me oh my! A witch fella!
Oh yeah, my starter was like a turtwig or something. It was just like a dumb-looking turtle.
A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here, One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Oh, speaking of, this reminds me of Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, I'll be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm gonna try to get that on stream. It'll be fun. It's a great dating sim. And totally not a horror game.
Diddly snips! My back aches something horrid!
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Yeah, I saw a little. I actually never seen like a full playthrough of it. I saw it like when it was a little bit when it was on Twitch, like when it came out. It was like really popular and everywhere. But I haven't seen like an actual full playthrough of it. I know kind of the important parts of it, but not the whole thing. So it'll be interesting to see it in its entirety.
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Bushel of grapes is more a burden than that steel of yours.
Yeah, I know it's got a lot of triggering content there, so I'll put a content warning on the stream there.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've
Yeah, I
seen
actually
the
heard
full
of
lay the land.
other streamers who went into it thinking it was like an actual like a dating sim game and got like really disturbed by it. So
If you were to choose to invest a small
yeah,
sum
definitely
towards its beautification,
I'll take care of that. Take
consider
the
me at your service.
precautions
Think
there.
I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Think we could do some
Mentioned
renovating.
the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Let's do some work on the house. The grounds. Be nice to improve those. Oh, what is it? Catch it a Carados. It's a Carados. Let's see. Alright, 50-50 chance. Let's see. Who gets it? Let's see. Let's do some work on the house. The grounds. It'd be nice to improve those. Let's see.
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
Oh, I have Pokeballs? Wait, how many can I catch? I didn't know that there was like a chance to catch them. Do I have like infinite regular Pokeballs? I'm not sure. Need an armor repair table, could use a grindstone sharpener. Oh, I can get the armor table.
My
and
hobby needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yeruga. I will
Oh,
contact him at
okay.
once.
Well, I think I've used 2 of them so far. Or 3 of them. No, it escaped. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it's only 1,000 gold. Okay.
Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Grindstone.
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No
Yeah, I'll have to look more into how the game is actually played. I just installed it right before stream here.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at once. I believe you shall be grinding to your heart's content by tomorrow. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Let's do some work on the house.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate...
Oh, it's just like a time investment thing, okay. Which is good, because I'm on here like 3 hours a day, so... I was not... Okay, here we go. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons. Be of a passionate collector. Never mind.
Need to think it over.
I understand.
I don't think I have a whole lot of money left over here. Discuss this later.
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Alright.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Yeah, I'll have to look up how it all works tomorrow. Yeah, I did all my taxes today, so that was something. So my energy is quite spent at the moment. Oh, these are just all of my, wait, is this just a list of every book I've read? I think so. You can... Quest books book. Yeah, this is a list of every book I've read. Yeah, so I've actually sat and read all of these. Because whenever I pick them up, that's... Oh my god, that's a lot of books. I'm seeing when it stops. There it is. Okay. That's quite a lot of books. Oh, I can... So that's why there's a painting salesman. I can put them in the house. I can put trophies here. Oh, I can put the horse trophies on display. Okay, let's see. Yeah, in my state, our tax system is just absolutely fucked. Because they force us to do it manually. They don't let us do it like e-filing. It's very weird. It's like we have to use the state's like their own website and then fill everything in like manually. It's so ass. I hate it. What's a cool looking trophy? The chort. I guess the chort. I killed that a long time ago. short and a lesson. Lessons look pretty cool. Yeah, I'll go with the short and the lesson. What? What do you mean I can't place it? What? Does it not mean, maybe it doesn't mean horse trophies. Maybe it means, maybe it's something else. Oh, that's lame. I was hoping I could have, like, the heads mounted there. What else is there? It's like a guest room. Could I have a could I have guests at the house? That'd be cool. There's another painting. I could have like a weapon display. What's in here? Oh, some soup. Use. What is this? What? Oh, he didn't actually eat the soup. He just put some fire on it. Okay.
A witcher.
Oh wait.
Could use one.
Restore to its. I had to restore to its former glory. I don't think I have the gold for that. I only have 16 grand. I'll come back and do this later. Let's see, there's some kind of an auction. I should probably just continue the main quest for right now.
A witcher. We could use one around here. Full time.
Where's the, what do you call it? The signpost over there. What's my inventory weight? Oh, it's only 56, okay. I can go for quite a while here. All the way over there.
That's it, Roach.
Stomach growls like
I can't. Oh my god, I can't go. I can't jump across that. I have to actually.
Our knight's errant?
Come on.
You will not find work here. Not paying work, that is.
What? Why am I poisoned? What? What? What's happening? What is that? Ew. What is this thing? Albargust? What is this? I think it's a specter. Oh, it is. Ew. Albargusts. Shun sin, renounce foul deeds, and if evil threatens to overwhelm your will, ponder the fate of the outskirts of Vizima. Remember the hideous Bargus which scoured them, and repent. Sermons for the Feast and Funerals by the Reverend Yorman the Tortagore. Folk of simple or superstitious minds claim committing particularly rotten acts will bring down the wrath of the gods in the form of Bargus, phantom dogs which stalk the roads at night. Even if this were their origin, Bargus, saints and sinners alike, should need fear Bargus. For they attack with equal ferocity. Witchers rarely believe in the gods, but they do accept the Bargus exist, and are always connected with some sequence of tragic events that happened in the past. Their explanation, however, holds that Bargus result from a curse or a concentration of ill will.
Barguests, never a good omen.
Oh, it's killing Roach. No. Back here. What is this? Spoon? Oh, it's the spoons they talked about. Is this? Is this? Oh no, the spirit. It's going to be Tommy Wiseau from The Room, and his obsession with spoons.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, speaking of Tommy Wiseau, oh, hi, Mark. The sigh. How have you been?
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right.
Oh, it's based off of a book called The Room I Died In? No.
This place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Although I wouldn't consider, you know, Tommy Wiseau to have crafted this story himself after seeing his other work. He tried to make some kind of a weird, what do you call it? Like a sitcom kind of thing about people living in an apartment, and oh my god, it was gloriously awful.
What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva.
Ew, what is... I hear it scuttling around.
No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally.
No spoon you have shall say to you. Oh, there you go. You caught the combi. I have no idea what that is.
Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. makes sense. Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface, smacked in the head by something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
But I'm gonna look up what a chompy is. Oh, it's a bee. It's a it's like 3 bees stuck together. Okay, that's a cute.
Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
Oh no, not the wooden spoon. That's what my mom would use as a correction tool for us and my brothers.
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. A sliding key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
What's this? Spoon key note. This certifies the item up for auction. A unique spoon key forged at the Christopherson and Sons workshop in 1210 belongs to Sigmol Circus, owner of the pheasantry.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Interesting. Does it say anything else?
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table.
Stained diary. For a few days now, I've been having dizzy spells. I've never experienced anything like this before. If it carries on, although I can't stand witchcraft and sorcery, I'll have to visit an herbalist. The dizziness has not gone away. Worst of all, it's been joined by pain, so strong that at times I cannot see. I've been to the herbalist. A repulsive old crone looked at me like she had seen a monster. She gave me some cursed mixture that I have to drink twice a day. It's not helping at all. Today, like every day, I looked in the mirror and I was lost for words. I usually check that I don't have any wrinkles or bags under my eyes, but today, there were no wrinkles. But I'd rather that there were. I have hair growing on my breasts. It's horrible. It's got to be because of those damned herbs. I went to the herbalist to smash her face in, but her chambers were empty. She must have known what would happen to me and legged it. My family is starting to suspect something, although I am cutting the hair back, which is growing back faster and faster. I've tried to put the idea out of my head, but I can't hold it back any longer. Maybe it wasn't the herbs that have led me to this, but a curse placed upon me by an old beggar woman who I have to chase off time. I have to find out. I want to hire someone who can find the herbalist. I cannot think. It is getting hard to write. Loneliness. No family. Eat. I want to eat. Not a good spoon. Empty spoons. Nothing. Eat. It hurts. Mere. Lies. No. Ah.
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe?
Oh, look at all those spoons. Okay, to the basement.
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Yes, quite sad.
White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Table set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse. And it's been trying desperately to lift it. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Oh, a mutagen.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need
Okay.
a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Okay, so I'm supposed to wait in there, but there's more to explore here.
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
A cautionary tale.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Words of wisdom on beastly curses, monstrous curses and their description. Introduction. Curses that change a fellow into a monstrous creature have existed since the dawn of time. They have a variety of origins and a variety of effects. It normally happens that a mage or sorceress casts a curse, and the spell changes the subject. It doesn't always happen straight away. Sometimes the person who has been cursed changes slowly, bit by bit. It also happens that a normal fellow can cast a curse. Someone whose conscience is clear, and who has done good in their life. Such a person can acquire power, and thus the aggravated can place a curse on the evildoer. Such curses are strong and cannot be removed easily. Thus, everything by which human suffering is atoned is long-lasting and painful.
Another spoon.
Oh my god, it's just a, it's a,
Just as normal as the last one.
it's a pit of spoons. It's like the Scrooge McDuck bath of gold, like the vault of gold that he dives into.
White's been
But
collecting for
spoons.
years.
That's a, so many spoons. Oh, cool! They actually added the metal like crunching sound effect to the footsteps. That's a good touch there. Okay, I can't go forward because it's locked, so I guess I'll have to hide in here. Oh, hello, Doctor. How are you? How have you been? Ew. No, I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing okay. We're here for you. Oh, and I set up the... Oh, attack the monster, try to lift the curse. Try to lift the curse. Oh, I added the Pokemon community game to the chat.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you.
Let's swap spoons. Let's eat using the spoons. Let's eat not using the spoons. The curse. Exact wording.
Need to get this right.
Oh, there's the
curse
Pokemon.
where
What is it?
none shall sit and dine with you at your table.
Mantine?
No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
No spoonsies. Wait, am I not supposed to use the spoons? Is that... No spoonsies. Or am I supposed to eat not using the spoons? Swap spoons. Eat not using the spoons. Okay.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Oh.
Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Oh, the mantine escaped. I have to see what a mantine is. Is it like a manatee, I'm guessing, probably? Oh no, it's like a manta ray. Okay. It's like a manta ray. Ooh. Oh my god, it has like flamethrower breath. What is this? Alright there, the curse has been lifted. I think. Guessing you're following it and it turns into a human? Again? Or dies, I don't know. I don't know what. Ah, there it is.
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She
Oh,
should recover quickly.
it's the,
Don't worry, sir. I shall see
my
to it.
house here.
She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever.
100 years. She was cursed. In a hurry, but talk about this later. Cursed.
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Did some thinking. Figured it out. Let me tell you the story.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it?
The music.
That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over.
Well,
Please,
tell me who
don't
cast the
worry.
curse.
She will be in good hands here.
Think we could do some renovating. Gwent? No.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
The music.
I thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.
I don't get it. The music would tell me who cast the curse? Oh yeah, oh, was it Gaunter? Oh, it was, okay, it was Gaunter, Odim's theme song, okay. Yeah, it was Gaunter that cast the curse. Oh, okay. That's a cool little, subtle hint there, I guess. I didn't catch it myself, but it's good that you brought it up there.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense
Yeah, I
of
am a
humor.
noob.
But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Spying on me. Helpful creatures, ravens. Spying on me.
Send your spies after me?
My watchers. Were something to go wrong, I could then arrive.
Well,
at
thank
Deuces'
you.
hand.
I
Just
am
fine
your
alone,
noob.
But thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Who for?
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
How do you plan to induce this state?
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Okay, this place. Jeshamuta. Tell me more.
Tesha Mudna. What's
Jeshamuta.
it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar
Among
developed
us.
such a taste
and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire
I have
species.
the
Common folk
sussy
quickly
emote.
living in constant fear. They began to hunt us.
Yeah,
seek
there
the
it
aid
is.
of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what?
It's if you don't have a better Twitch, you don't see the emote, but it's
When did you last enjoy
it's the Among Us, like shaking its ass.
In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Teshem Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Let's go.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. 1 drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Teshem Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Either way, sure you want this.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Lead the way.
You lead. Scurvers must be
A
getting close to their
Cedra.
feeding ground.
Correct.
The Cedra.
I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies
An ancient
That's like a
vampire
seahorse.
dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout, fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Oh, it like auto pulled out the torch for me. I never use the torch, like ever, so I guess it's ambient.
Victim's been disemboweled, intestines ripped clear out. Scurvers have gnawed on this corpse.
It's
repeatedly.
the Cedra is a dragon type. Yeah, but Charizard is not a dragon type. Yeah, I always found it. What do you call it? What do you call it? Like Charizard and stuff not being a dragon is very weird because it's like the most dragon-looking Pokemon.
Husbandry and care. This for real?
Human husbandry and care. Okay. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for the survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather, cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, we provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More detail on the diet in later chapters. Also essential to access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above, if they are ensured a minimal existence, and male and females are mixed. They will copulate, irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It is worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. I need some human husbandry. So do I.
The author observed
Sounds like a good time to me.
over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
Yeah, I think I'd say it was a dragon type too, but Uwu. This is an Uwu chat. When I played I would play Elder Scrolls, I would go into like people's groups and I'd type Uwu just to see how fast they would kick me. 9 out of 10 times it was just immediately.
Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
Whoa. There you go. I'm very tempted to jump in the pit. The call of the void is strong. I just wanted to see what would happen. Oh no, when did okay, I just saved. That's right.
Glyphs are carved into the rock, coated with blood.
Oh, I picked up that I picked up that scroll, but I didn't actually read it. I was busy talking about Elder Scrolls. Here, Champion of Teshem Mutna. I am he who serves the tribe, exalted above men. I renounce human weakness, uplifted above men. I become keeper of my flock, filled with strength. I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor, so I may serve the tribe. Oh, clue from the Horn of the Unicorn. End like a moose with a head of a mouse. Did I read this? I don't remember if I read this or not. Maybe not. Decaying letter, Dear Master Levasseur. I know you track outlaws for pay. I've had an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I have drawn you out here, and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky. Not so much for me, as much as the person with whom I meet. For I am afflicted by a curse, or, as I hope, and why I have turned to you, the side effects of medicine given to me by some time ago by an herbalist. Oh, this is from the thing. Oh, I must have missed this. I must have picked it up and not realized it. Soon after I visited the herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much as from her as you can about the medicine she gave me. If my suffering is a result of her wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. I assure you, I have ample wealth, and will reward you with no small part of for your service. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herbalist, please let her go. I will then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I'm afflicted by a terrible curse, which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar who came by the manor while I was hosting a soiree for a few friends. If you can find that vagrant, I'll pay you double. Sadly, all I remember of him is that he sold mirrors. Ah, okay. I didn't read this earlier, so this was a clue that it was Gaunt or Odim. I am aware that this is not much aid for your hunt, yet I trust in your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Merlin de Trastamara. Large swaths of text. At least there wasn't a lot of big French words in there, and I messed them up.
Dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Battery cage versus free-range humans. Oh, this is... In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin. Another clear advantage to breeding human flocks is that domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, i.e. villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools, of which two seem to have gained the widest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages, as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Battery cage human husbandry, described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space with permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive entirety of their lives. Free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in a natural habitat, or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, i.e. creating villages. More on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages, establishing and growing a herd, and then making the herd physiologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself when having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of the blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated, free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification of the blood's flavor. Wow, that sounds like a good time to me.
Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Oh, I got like a whole set here. Oh, I get a mask too. Where is it? Ooh. Cool. The sword too, but it sucks. Oh, it has like a oh, it has like a little ability though. Killing opponents restores vitality. The amount of vitality restores oh, it has like a vampire ability. Okay.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlove's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Cells? Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlove's. We both remained in this part of the world.
A Mantikey. What's that? Oh, it also looks. Oh, it's like a. It must be the previous evolution of the other manta ray looking one. See, I'm learning all the different Pokemon. The Pokemans. How come he didn't talk?
Whose is this cliff?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
Amaranth, wow.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Tadet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Notes of a Teshem Mutna prisoner. I found a piece of parchment that fell from the pocket of one of the monsters. I also have a lump of coal. I would write this in my own blood, but I've hardly any left. I am cold. Every third day they come and open my veins, after which I cannot move. I can't go on much longer. From the next cage, I hear the howls of terrified people. If I had the strength, I would smash my head against the bars. I hope it wouldn't go on much longer. A loss from the cage next to me died yesterday. The drank him to death. I think it's a typo there. Although I can't really blame him for, misspelling in his state. This must have irritated them, because I heard them arguing in the strange language. They brought new people this morning. You could say that the supply of fresh blood arrived. They have no idea what they're in for. My only comfort is that I know already, and I won't have to live through the terror that I felt the first day that they came for me. I had no idea what they wanted until they pulled out their shiny instruments. I have never seen such beautiful metal. My blood glistened a purple, silvery color in those instruments. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Transcription of a conversation between Master Ezethel Hildegard and a human being. Let's see. E. Who are you? H. My name is Alex Biscont. E. Why is all your skin trembling? H. I'm scared, sir. E. You're scared? I don't understand. H. You don't know what fear is, sir. E. No, I have mastered your language, yet some concepts are beyond me. What is fear? H. It's a feeling that destroys every other feeling. It controls your head and your heart. E. What do you mean? I thought it was a kind of pain. I have carried out tests in my laboratory on people and discovered that a mother subject to appropriate stimuli is able to forget about her child and think only about how to avoid pain. So fear would be similar to pain. H. No, pain rules the body, but fear is born in the heart. E. Oh, yes. What you say is very interesting. I think I'll have to examine your heart in the laboratory. H. What do you mean, examine? E. I mean, examine. Take it out and subject it to a proper examination. H. But sir, that would kill me. E. Yes, your mortality is a great inconvenience. But was not me who created your species, and I am not responsible for its excessive frailty. The conversation was carried out in human language. In such, it was written down. The transcription does not need translating.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special. Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. Meat's stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to nobody.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also, my head started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, girl. You won't be able...
We just smelled the blood.
Oh God, what is that?
It grows. I shall overcome.
Good. 'Cause I can hear more coming. Hold on, I'll let you out. Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you. Get you out of here.
The concoction.
finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you. Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
I finished your brew. Let's talk about what happened back there.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you. The pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would, in a heartbeat.
I finished your brew.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Ah, it's too bright.
Excuse me. Actually, let me take a minute. You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting.
Sir,
Count, sir.
you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
Ah. Oh, lick-a-tongue. I know what that one is. I've heard of that one before.
And step off the step. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff?
Stop flashbanging me. It's too bright.
And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates. Forgive me. What?
Oh no, it escaped.
awake at last. You writhe like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy.
LaCroix.
Dettlaff had made friends with him. Still killed him.
That's how we Americans say it.
And he was
LaCroix.
overcome with fury, remorse. Cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know. See anything else?
Visions began and ended with a boot black. But, let's see. Saw the moment when Dettlaff and Delacroix first met.
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
All this talk about LaCroix is making me thirsty, so I think I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. Be back in just a moment. Oh, there. I got a can of LaCroix.
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Level 43. My last thought before I succumb to sleep. My last thought before falling asleep. If there is no death, does life exist? Hate is a very interesting feeling. I have noticed that people improve themselves with it to great effect. Sometimes I would like to stop thinking. Same. If we were to create a god as humans have, what would he be like? People justify bad deeds by good intentions. I'm not sure if there is greater idiocy. I would drink the freshly squeezed blood of an infant. I know I can't, but I hope that its velvety taste will send me to sleep. Okay, that's... Alex Jones was right. Oh no. They're drinking the blood of babies. I strive to be like a person, and it means that I have ceased to feel good among people, as well as among my own men. As among my own, maybe I made a big mistake. I've always wanted to write. I am very tired, and fuck it all. Relatable. People don't think about the present. They usually remember old times, or worry about the future. I have a feeling that my friend Detloff will die. I am sad. Regeneration Potion Formula. 8 missing, 8 measures of Vervain Extract, Leshen Fang, Sand Karum, Alatarath, broth made of young mandrake shoots. Grind the larger ingredients. Add the smaller ones whole. Boil everything in a bronze kettle using crystal water. Consume the mixture twice daily, in half-measure doses. Do not exceed the recommended dosage. Biography of the Vampire Regis from the Quill of Dandelion. Yeah, this part of the game is pretty good, actually. It's been ramping up here. They really outdid themselves with the DLC here. There's quite a lot to do. One of the most extraordinary individuals I have ever encountered during my numerous adventures at Geralt's side was the vampire known as Regis. To be precise, he was known as Emil Regis Rohelic Terzeaf Godfroy. By his own reckoning, he was 428 years old, and was the descendant of unfortunate beings trapped in our world during the conjunction of spheres. You are surely thinking, dear reader, about catechins, alps, and other such monsters, and are pondering how it was that the Witcher, who, it must be admitted, is a slayer of monsters, came to keep such company. I'm here to explain that Regis was a higher vampire. A creature with physically does not differ at all from a man. Higher vampires are also much more powerful than their wild confreres, and their regenerative abilities significantly outpace those of anything else you have encountered or can even imagine. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. In like a positive way. But it is not because of his outer appearances or inner strengths that Regis became our dear companion. True, he could be pretentious, or rather pompous, in his frequent lengths, perorations, but one would be hard-pressed to find in him the hotness usually presented in higher beings. Regis valued human life dearly, and refused to kill unless forced to do so. As he once confessed, higher vampires do not, in fact, need to drink blood at all in order to survive. They treat it somewhat as we treat alcohol. A rough gasp of this dynamic might be given to you by the fact that, when we meet him, Regis had been abstinent for years. He never revealed to us why he decided to join our search for Ciri. He had never met her before, nor did he live to see her. He died at Stig Castle during the battle against the Mad Mage, Village Forts, who was responsible for the whole affair. He died for a cause which he surely did not fully understand, but he did it to defend those he held dear, and simply because it was the right thing to do. I shall always remember him as a rural surgeon, reeking of herbs. That is how he came to us during our first encounter at the Fen Karn necropolis, when he treated me and my companions to the fantastic brew he made from mandrake root. Wherever you are, my friend, bottoms up. Wait, can I interact with this thing in the middle? What's this? Ah, okay, it's a Curtis Borovic. Lived to the ripe old age. In fact, he lived so long he died of boredom. Matteo Geolic, the Wizard of Moocap Tower. Oh yeah, mandrake is poisonous, isn't it? Yes. I guess it's better than drinking blood. Antonio Eccles, a giant among men, conveyor of deep thoughts. Wild Crabomindable. Crabomindable. What is that? Well, it's probably a crab. Ew. What is... It's like a... It's got like... It's a crab, but it has like furry paws. Like, it's like a... It's a crab in a fursuit. Like, it's... Oh yeah. Actually, do I have... I think I've come across mandrake root drink before. Do I have any here? Yeah, I think I used it all. Oh, is this it? Oh yeah, Mandrake Cordial. Alright, let's see. Where is this quest taking me? Find the Boot Black who appeared in the vision. Okay.
Caught you, you little fart! So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you! You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
His father, a witcher. Not your concern.
All you need to know is, long as I'm here, you're not gonna touch the boy.
Is that so? Then we'll come find him once you're gone.
Try it, and I'll find you.
Is that a threat?
Yep.
Yes.
Leave the kid be and piss off.
Oh no. No northern sheep dittler insults us. We'll pummel the swine first, then spank the piglet. Get him!
The piglet.
Stench.
Circle him!
Teach you to help scofflaws and cheats.
Blood! Blood!
Oh my god. He did the wombo combo.
Damn.
My goodness! How I enjoy a good bug butching!
Lads, charge! Take him for a ride!
Now! Now from the gate!
It's not allowed. That kind of eating feast is over.
Alright.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
Making things difficult for me. Nothing, had a misunderstanding. Making things difficult.
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business. Come on.
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Need to ask you about Detlef. A duo. What do you mean?
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow, so what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it.
Need to ask you about it.
Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So, ask about.
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What?
500 crowns.
What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
Delusion. Oh, I don't wanna. It's gonna make me fist fight the guys again. So, or I would reload and equip it. But yeah, whatever.
All right.
Lose a bit of coin here. 500. Let's make it 400. Now, yeah.
It's not
What?
quite. I don't know.
No. Fine, 425.
Ah.
Okay.
See? I knew we'd clinch it.
Guess I can agree to that.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art, true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
I gotta heal you. Actually, no, I'll just wait for the food to heal me.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
Yeah, saw that. Meaning the right thing to bribe them with.
Who would have thought? That's trading in wine.
Can I shoot your crossbow?
Red door. One the boot black mentioned. Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlaf, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around. Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
Eviction notice. Due to the non-payment of rent for the premises used for shopkeeping purposes, the Administrative Court of Beauclair orders the tenant Alaric de Samp to vacate the premises within 7 days. Not complying with this eviction notice shall cause a custodial sentence to be imposed on the debtor. The length of the sentence shall be determined by the debtor's court. Bailiff Victor Lamure. Bunch of candy.
Somebody fixed this recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Oh, it's a stick horse.
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
What?
Somebody fixed this recently.
A sea king. Is that a giant crab? I think that's what it is. I'm remembering right.
Attic, let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around.
Hold on. There's like another way I could go down here. Let me see what that is first. Oh, I thought this was like a stairs or something. Oh, here we go. Letter to the shopkeeper. Dear Master Shopkeeper, for a long, long time, I've been asking my parents to buy me a toy. Mummy always cries and says that we haven't got any money. Daddy gets cross when I ask him when he will earn some. And once he nearly hit me. My friends have beautiful toys. Laura has a teddy bear, and Michelle has a doll with golden hair that you can brush with a real comb. I worry that I will never have a toy, which is why I am writing to you, Master Shopkeeper. I wanted to write this letter to you a long time ago, but I didn't know how to write then. Now I know. If you have a pretty toy that other children don't want, I will look after it. It will be happy with me. Please don't laugh at me. I know I am little, but I also know that toys are not really alive. They only live in our imagination. But so what? I would love it very much. Isa. Suspicious letter.
Detlav van der Heretane, you do do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Dettlaff killed not of his own accord.
A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Blackmail, any idea what it could be?
Any idea what it could be? Dettlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Dettlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Oh, it's cool art on the wall over
But
there.
I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous.
As you well know, having faced Dettlaff yourself.
Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renowed?
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
What do you think happened to her? Why do you believe she's gone missing?
Why do you think that? Any signs or clues to that effect?
None to be found. Apparently she disappeared one day. Her belongings disappeared with her. Not a scenario one associates with kidnapping.
In my humble opinion, she left on her own. Scared off, perhaps, by a bout of Dettlaff's rage that revealed his other, more monstrous side.
Dettlaff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing?
And Dettlaff is so much more emotional than most humans.
Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Looks like somebody actually kidnapped her this time. Dettlaff ever try to look for her?
Dettlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills, for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more. Tools were used recently. Dettlaff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire, but I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Curious about him.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Sum up what we know.
Sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
I don't know. Not true.
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See, you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renowed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Feast till the wine barrels run dry. There is no...
Fucking hell, that's some heady shit.
Our Duchess.
I've been getting a lot of skill points here. Let's see, can I craft something else? I need 2 blue mutagens there. I need red, but red is so rare. I don't even think I can craft any reds. No, I can't craft any. Number of research mutations necessary for the next stage, 8? I had to research 8 of them? Oh my god. That is quite a lot.
Lovely lassie.
Alright, where is this objective at? Way over there, okay.
I was an off-fairy prince once.
Arms for the poor.
All work and no play, right, Witcher?
Your Grace, the palace is secure. Geralt,
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Found the beast, but that's it. Case just got more complicated.
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Adamarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Stay out of this. Go ahead. Let them go to their deaths. Let them go.
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100, doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
There's no common monster.
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Want to find him. Try to talk to him.
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free, or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Free the vampire's lover. An innocent woman's been abducted.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
Free the vampire's lover.
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. As soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saint Retour. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
The specific wine, tell me more.
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint Real, it is Saint Real. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
What do you mean, we?
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Let's go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
hunters have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this. Back, you beast! Begone!
What? No, get off the horse.
Back, you beast! Begone! Help! Save us! Back, you beast!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate
Thank you.
they happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Tell me more about this vineyard, Castel Ravella.
It's the best in all Toussaint. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
Slow now. Don't crowd around.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Want to talk to you. Here for an inspection.
This is an inspection. We've got questions. You'll answer them.
Oh, and who are you, sir, to speak to me this way?
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Sonreal?
I am at your service.
Who's got access to the wine? How was the wine transported? Any wine stolen?
Some of this wine might have been stolen. Just a suspicion we have, but any burglaries lately?
Burglaries? Not to my knowledge. And a few days past I took stock of the inventory. All was accounted for. The barrels lie safely in the cellar, I assure you.
Who's got access to the wine?
The Sonreal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace, how am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is this Unreal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Okay.
We shall wait here, Master Fabricio.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
Oh yeah, thank you, Mark. You have a good night. Thank you for watching.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Everloose, 1269, vintage. The history of Esteste. Esteste, often considered one of the chief treasures of the people of Tessan, is the best known of the wines cultivated in that region. It is hard to determine when exactly the first barrels of Esteste were matured, though we can surmise it was around the time of the first human forays into the duchy's present lands. What is certain is that this wine truly gained fame only during the region of Duchess Adela Marta, who held Esteste in near divine esteem, for that reason bestowed upon Castel Ravello the privilege of being the official ducal vineyard. She also reserved a special place in the cellars of the Beauclair Palace for Esteste, and to this day 2 barrels of every vintage are ceremoniously deposited on those shelves. The tapping of any of them, by order of the ducal edict, vino sanctus est, punishable by death through dragging behind a team of horses. What is it? A stuffle? It's a stuffle. What the fuck? It's like a teddy bear. What the... It's like a teddy bear with like a pink head. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I picked these up, but they had a cutscene for them at the toy place. Let's see. Letters naming the beast targets. Sheet 1. Count Crespi called himself a knight, but spat in the face of chivalry. That's why he should not die with a sword in his hand, but atone for his dishonor on the town pillory. He was a rogue, and he should die a rogue's death. She too. You did well with Count Crespi. He got what he deserved. Now it's time for Ramon de Locke. That idiot thought it was smarter. He was smarter than a new penny, always assuming his judgments, which broke people's futures and necks. He was a fool and should die like a fool, alone, with no weapon, in a dark alley, with a broken neck. She 3, Count de la Croix, committed the basest of acts out of his love for money. He tore to shreds the hearts of those who trusted him. That is why you will cut him to pieces and attach a coin pouch accompanying this letter onto his body. Sheet 4. Your penultimate victim is Milton de la Prague Pian. He should have shown valor in the defense of the innocent, turned out to be the greatest coward of the Beauclair knighthood. This is why he must die like a coward. You will kill him during the tournament. When the hare hunt commences in the Ducal Gardens, Milton will be the hare. He will escape, like a coward. Then you will hunt him down and kill him, just like a hunter kills a coward. Oh wait, there was the other note too. Where's that at? Is this the... No, I think I've read that one. It's not in the objectives, is it? Oh well. Gonna steal all of their fancy wine here. Pomino, 1273 vintage. A short history of Pomino. Though Pomino does not enjoy the fame of Esteste, or even Everluce, it still attracts a considerable number of admirers and remains among the best wines in the world. Few, however, know how close the world came to losing its slightly acidic, surprisingly deep aftertaste. The cause of this averted disaster was Phylloxera mortiferia. That is to say, Phylloxera the deadly, a species of aphid whose sudden attack nearly wiped out all existing vines of the variety. For many weeks, no one was able to exterminate the pests, and it seemed Pomino was doomed to extinction. In the end, however, the aphids were defeated by Ducal's alchemists and a carefully selected group of vignerons, who, appointed to ensure its vines, took root in Castel Ravillo once more. Some experts from that time of the plague claim their restoration efforts introduced cross-contamination, and never again were they able to extract this grape, that same bottomless flavor as before. Forano, 1272 vintage. Estes 1269 vintage. There is an upstairs here. Sangreal, 1270 vintage. Sangreal, 1268 vintage. Sangreal, 1269 vintage. Nice. And that's it.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is, barreling. Everything lines up at first glance, neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Found it. Stored in a nook on the upper level, just above our heads.
Show me.
Oh, that's a good thing I looked at all of them already, because it was going to make me look at them anyway. Oh, the 69. That was over here, wasn't it?
Right here, 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full. This one's full too. Full. This one's full too.
This one.
Full.
No? This is...
Looks like all the barrels
Oh,
are
yeah.
full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sanrial? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
Oh, and I already picked up the hammer too, so...
Ready.
Step aside.
So?
I'd recognize this taste anywhere. This one is good.
There we go.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sanrial. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but
What is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrian aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody would find out.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
How'd you deliver the wine?
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? At the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Centrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
I'll be back soon.
Wait a minute.
Make haste. We await only you.
Alright. Well, I think that's going to be it for me for
We
tonight.
would not have made it.
Oh, there's a Pokemon, an Escavalier. What is that? Let's see what that is first, an Escavalier. What is that thing? What the? It's like a knight. It's kind of like the mohawk thing on it. The plume thing. Okay, that's an odd looking one. There. I'll wait for this Pokemon thing, and then I'll end the stream here. Thank you all for watching tonight. I appreciate it. Back again tomorrow with some more Witcher. And for Valentine's Day, I think I will be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. If I can get it working on my computer here. Oh, it escaped. Damn it. Alright, well, good night, everybody.